Yo, what's poppin', man? What's to it? Y'all already know how the squad do it. You got to stay moving to get through it. I hope everybody is blessed and stress free. And if you ain't, start knowing you can so you can stop thinking you can't. Now, with that being that, let's get to it, man. Hey, so look, check it out, right? I asked in my last video, I said, am I reaching or, is these accurate punches, right? Somebody decided to come and say I was speculating. As if like if he came and used the word that he thought was big enough, it would mean something, right? Yeah. Not over here, buddy. So, where I'm from, right? It's a saying that goes, if you can trick them, you can beat them, right? And let's just say that, what if Tsuther has been tricking y'all for a long time, right? See, in my video, I said, I'm like, man, I think they had to. They was broke over there. Like, it wasn't a lot of money. Not broke, but it just wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't given. You know what I'm saying? Like 40 to 60 kilos and shit, right? So I'm looking at these dates of these offenses that they saying that Surf caught these, right? So then I start thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is the fact of the matter that every time something happened to somebody, now do y'all see all the victims that's inside of the indictment, right? And some of these victims came because of what they done to members of the enterprise. So I'm sitting there and I'm reading through and I'm like, damn, you want to know something I didn't see? I didn't see Franklin. I never saw Franklin say nothing about retaliating for Surf. I never saw nothing in the indictment about nothing happening for the retaliation for Surf. Yeah. So then I'm like, wait a minute. So then I had to figure out when did he got shot? And it was 2018, right? So then I say, okay. And it was he got shot 5 times. I'm like, damn, boom. So then I say, nah. Something ain't right about that. Something ain't right about that. Cause ain't no way, we got all these overt acts and ain't none one of them a overt act about sliding for your retaliation. On top of it, it ain't nothing in there about you sliding for your retaliation. Now, this is the thing. Y'all was being investigated from, as they say, 2015 to 2022. So that would mean that, you was being investigated when you got shot. So when I didn't see none of that, I say, man, you know what? I got to go and let me go and look and see what I can. So then I stumbled across, and like they said, if you can trick them, you can beat them. Oh man, he tricked the fuck out of y'all. So look, I stumbled across a gym. Oh, an old gym. Now they say, well, that's not gonna age well. This is one of those things that definitely didn't age well, right? So I stumbled across an old Vlad TV interview. Back in 2019 is when Vlad posted it. Now, I would have to think that, he posted it in 2019 because it was recorded in 2019. All right. So, Now, in this interview, right? One of the claims that he makes, in this interview basically would put him at 4 convictions of firearm possession. Mm-hmm. The very first one, you know what? I'm going to just let him tell y'all. You feel me? I'm finna let him tell y'all when his first one, goddamn it, was.
And, getting in trouble.
I ain't catch a charge. I ain't catch a charge till I was 18.
Can you say what that was for?
Yeah, possession of a weapon.
Okay, gun.
Well,
How long did they give you for that?
supposed to get 3 years. You do 1 year off of that. You gotta do a year mandatory minimum, 3 with a 1. So you gotta do about 12 months off that shit.
Okay, so at 18, were you going to high school at the time, or?
Nah, I graduated like 7.
So now this would mean that when he was 18, which would have made him an adult, he got convicted of a possession of a firearm, in which case he did 2 years of that. He did 2 years off of that. Now, this is when he was 18. All right? So now this would put him at 4 convictions for a firearm. Right? And you plead out to the feds for 60 months. If you ask me, that's cap. That one is cap. The whole when he was 18, cap. It got to be cap. If it would have counted against you. It would have counted against you. And then when you're going, so now when you caught the first one that the feds got you pleading guilty to, right? In furtherance of the gang, right? That would mean that you had that one, and then you would have already been a felon in possession of a firearm from your first charge. So this would give you 3. This would give you 3 state level felony convictions for firearm possession, which for your 4th one to be fed tied to a RICO charge and you get 60 months. Yeah, okay, my boy. If you ask me, it's cap. It's cap. And you want to know something? I'm going to show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all why I say this is cap. Okay? I want to show y'all why I say this is cap. Right? Because now y'all check this shit out. Y'all check this shit out.
Like that.
Or
Can you talk about that at all?
something like that.
Not really.
I mean, we could. What's up? What's the question?
Can you talk about the situation?
Yeah,
you ended up doing you ended up doing a year for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was in jail, so you know what I mean. I didn't end up doing a year for attempted murder. You know what I mean. I was in jail. I was fighting a case of.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we got Sir fighting a case for attempted murder. Okay, so at 18, right? At 18, he's already he did jail for a year, bailed out, and then went to prison for a year, right? This was at 18. Okay, so then that would have put him at like 20 years old. All right, whatever. Now we have him. This is after that. So now this is an attempted murder he's fighting, right? Okay. Okay, see now this is where the cap come in. Matter of fact, hey, if y'all got any, if y'all got something, man, go ahead and light that motherfucker up because watch this. Watch this. This is where the cap come in at. This is where the cap come in at. Hold on. This is where the cap come in at. Y'all ready for this shit? Watch this here. Watch this here. This is where the cap come in at. Hold on. Right there. This is where the cap come in at. Y'all ready?
March of 2000. What's that? March 2017. That little.
Okay, so,
March,
so
March
you're
17,
how old?
like,
Did y'all hear that?
no food money. When it's time to play ball, it get real dark in there.
How old were you when you caught that charge?
18.
Oh, so
When I caught the initial charge or the last charge?
The attempted murder one.
March of 2000. What's that? March 2017. That little.
He caught the attempted murder charge in March of 2017. Boy, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, did that not age well, right? About or on March 2017, Cox and another member and associate of the enterprise, co-conspirator 2, shot a firearm at a member and associate of a rival gang known as the Rolling 47 Neighborhood Crips, who returned fire. Now, I mean, I'm now. Hold on. Okay. So now that we got that understood, right? See, this is where the cap come in at. Cause where's the attempted murder? Y'all watch this explanation.
Okay, so,
March
so
17,
you're how old?
like
You're
27.
27. Now, you've been through the system before, so you know how the laws work. But as a 27-year-old, to be told you're potentially facing life in prison, what does that do to you mentally?
I mean,
so now, for this attempted murder, March of 2017, Surf was facing life. Surf was facing life in March of 2007. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. And I've been following battle rap since him and, hey, Big Tuna. Yeah, I was dissing. Big Terrence. And this shit, all this shit. You feel me? But he was facing murder. Right? But the feds say that they just shot at the person, didn't hit him. Nobody got hit. But in 2017, this is what he was going through. Right? Okay. Now we finna delve a little bit. We finna delve a little bit deeper into this whole shaboinking, because now, see, right? Now he's finna tell us this wise tale here. I want y'all to pay close attention to what he's finna say.
well, I was already on bail for a charge, so I was already on bail for a possession charge. You know what I mean? So I already had a lawyer fighting one case, so I went in and had to get another lawyer for this case.
Man, what? What the fuck? Wait. Hold on, Surf. Oh, tell us again, gang. Tell us one more time, gang, how this shit went.
ultimately, how much money did you end up spending on your lawyer?
Well, I was already on bail for a charge, so I was already on bail for a possession charge. You know what I mean? So I already had a lawyer fighting one case, so I went in and had to get another lawyer for this case. You know what I mean? So probably between them, like within that whole little 2.5 year span or something like that, like $55,000-$60,000.
60.
And you spent $55,000-$60,000 on this attempted murder while you was out on bail. So you was out on bail for another possession charge. And then you caught an attempted murder charge where you went and got the lawyer. And then the lawyer, right? Because this how he put it. You feel me? Like, so he went and paid $60K for this lawyer. Now, never says he beat it, never says he nothing. But we know in March of 2017, he was never fighting no attempted murders, nor was he facing no life sentence. And he didn't think no RICO was gonna come out and prove that little point. But right, so then right, I'm like, well, damn, that's even crazier right there, because why is you lying? But I mean, hey, whatever. He's about a rapper. You know, exaggeration is low key how they maneuver and move through shit. Cool, whatever, however it goes. But I was still wondering about this shooting and shit, right? And man, oh man, it just so happens that in this here same interview, he gets into that. And well, something just don't sit right with me about the shooting. I'm not saying he didn't get shot, but what I'm saying is the specifics of it, they sound a little shaky, baby. Now,
Get shot.
Word.
You get shot 5 times. Can you talk about that situation?
Yeah.
So what happened?
Shit, I was at the light. Niggas started shooting. Niggas started shooting through the window.
You were in Jersey?
Word.
And you're on a...
he at the light, and they start shooting, right? Okay. Plausible. All right, cool. Now, right, this next one, I just put this in here because it was funny as hell. I'm like, here go that bullshit that Surf be trying to pull. I want y'all to tell me what the fuck is he talking about right here, right? Now watch this. Even Vlad is like, check him out.
It's home. Mm-hmm. You feel me? This home. Like, you know, if you put a collar on the dog neck, the dog can't see it.
Mm. Yeah.
That's just the, like, so now, we put 50 pit bulls in the backyard, and one of the pit bulls, we put a shiny ass pink collar on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? If pit bulls got feelings, emotions, or care about having collars, them gonna be some bad dogs back there.
Man, what the fuck did you... If you put a collar on a pit bull, he can't see it. You know what, bro? You right, gang. You right. I ain't gonna even argue with you about that one. Like, I ain't got no rebuttal for that at all. But Hif, go ahead and tell us though how this shooting happened, right? Tell us how this shooting happened, gang.
Goes up and just opens fire.
Nah, I was like, I'm sitting at the light, you feel me, say shit. And I'm just like, my phone ring, I pick the phone up, it's my mother, you feel me, hello, blah, 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 blah. I get off the phone and then I grab the steering wheel again and then I hear the first shot. I see the bullet go through my arm, like the first one, you know what I mean? Cause I grabbed it, like I was looking at I grabbed the steering wheel and shit, I hear the shot go off and go through my arm, you know what I mean? He got out the car and started shooting through the passenger.
Okay, so someone actually gets out the car and starts.
Yeah, like a couple, like, you know.
So he got out the car and started shooting through the passenger. So now, hearing that story, you believe, just like I believe, that the car is sitting on the side of him. Has to be sitting on the side of him. Check this out.
You know, we had a light, you know, it's this broad daylight, we had a light. My car, like 1 or 2 cars behind me, another, then a third car, you pull up, they hop out, you feel me? Coming on the passenger, start try to cheese me.
How many?
Okay. So they wasn't on the side of you. They was 3 cars behind you type shit. And a motherfucker jumped out on the passenger side and ran up and got busy on you. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right. Fuck it. Now this is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets fucking tricky, right? Because right here, this is where he's gonna tell us the spots that he got shot.
Shot went through your arm.
Whoa.
Where'd the rest of the shots go?
2 right here, 2 of my ribs, 2 of my stomach, 1 right here.
2 in the ribs, 2 in the stomach, and 1 in the arm. Okay, cool. So, and they all on the same side. So that means they would have went in here. Now, how do you get shot in the stomach? From a motherfucker shooting from the side through the passenger window? I don't know. But, all right, it gets even trickier. Okay? And I'm not, listen, again, this is just me being confused because I'm just a little confused. Like maybe y'all ain't confused, but I'm confused. So y'all can unconfuse me. You feel me? So unconfuse me right here. Unconfuse me right here too, right? Now check this shit out.
I got up out the car and shit, so I jump out the car. I run like, you know what I mean, down the block. Now I'm trying to like pull at car doors. It's cars.
So this is where I start to say there is something wrong with this story. And so you a motherfucker run up shooting you through the passenger side and you just get out the car and start running. You sitting at a light. Now let's not forget that you sitting at a light. So your foot is on the brake and your car is in drive. And somebody comes up, shoots at you through the windshield. I mean through the passenger side. Hits you twice in the ribs, twice in the stomach, once in the arm. And you get out the car. You get out the car and you start running, pulling on car doors to try to find a car to get in.
Just driving past me. I'm trying to like pull at car doors as I'm running and like cars swerving around me and shit, you know what I mean? or whatever. And then I grab one car door and the door open, and I just fall inside and shit. I'm like,
so you in your car, you getting shot 5 times. You managed to get out of your car, take off running. Now, I'm almost certain that when you took your foot off of the brake, the car started motherfucking moving. Did you forget that bitch was in drive? So where did the car go? Did this bitch go home? This nigga was in a Tesla. Your car. So look, you jumped out the car. Your car drove off, I guess. Mind you, the whole story, he by himself. He ain't with nobody. Okay? You drive off, right? And then you run down the street and you pulling on car doors to try to get into a car after you just jumped out of your car. Okay. And you doing this with five gunshots. All right. You know what? I'm not the motherfucker to be I'm just saying when something don't make sense to me. All right, it don't make sense, and all I be wanting to do is be making sense of shit because I don't want to just be sitting around here listening and watching nothing, and it don't make sense. You feel me? So now I want y'all to hear him say what he finna say right here. God damn it!
And in there, and they.
Okay, so they admit you into the hospital.
Yeah.
And they put you on the operating table, pretty much.
Yeah, well.
And I guess they had to cut your stomach open, or.
Yeah, definitely had to zip me up. Yep.
Can you actually show that, or?
Yeah, of course.
How many stitches?
Like 37, some shit like that.
There a certain thought on your way to the hospital, you were like, okay, I'm about to bleed to death and not make it to the hospital, and that's gonna be it.
Like I ain't never really I wasn't really ever thinking about dying.
You mean to tell me, with 5 bullets in you, you just got done running? So now we have adrenaline, we have fear, we have everything, and your blood is pumping. You got 5 holes in you, and you ain't thinking about dying. You still talking. You had them call you. Okay, so now, right, this part right here. Now this next one, right? 5. You got 2 ribs, 2 stomachs, right? Okay, 2 ribs, 2 stomachs. I mean, smart people with common sense, motherfuckers who went to school that know the hip bone connected to the knee bone and all of that shit. We know all of this, right? So we would expect a lot more than what he finna say got hit, right? Check this out.
Are any of your like major organs?
Yeah, my colon got hit.
Your colon got hit.
Your colon got hit. The colon is in the large intestine in your stomach. But you got 2 rib shots. So now, unless a motherfucker was shooting you with something that couldn't break bone, ain't no way all only thing got hit was your colon. I'm out of 5 shots, but you got that though, gang. Whatever. But now, right, this is the one that blew me out the motherfucking water, right? And this is the one I'm gonna leave y'all on. He was asked about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi Snitch 9. The rat of the industry, the rat of the century. He has so many different names. But snitch is the universal one for him. I want y'all to hear what Big 60s, Sue Surf, the cooperator, had to say about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, nah, it happened.
You know, if you did your time, and if you pleaded guilty to it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's any situation that was in the past statute of limitations, we'll talk about it. But I'll never say So what illegal activities are you doing right now? I would never, ever ask that.
Nah, I know that. Boy. I know that. We not. I don't
No,
think
man.
that's
I mean,
true.
and I'm happy to debate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
I'll
course.
stand my ground. You know.
That's all it is. It's a good. You feel me? It's a good.
It's a good debate.
It's a good friendly debate. You feel?
It's a good friendly debate.
That's all.
You know, and I've had it lots of times. What's your take on Tekashi 6ix9ine?
That's fucked up. I mean, I feel like everybody that's, you know what I mean, like in the mix kind of feel like it's a little, once you turn over though, it is what it is, like good for you. You know what I mean? But, you know, you always still set, like once you see a nigga age and stuff like that, you know, he 22, like you don't know nothing. You know what I mean? And you don't really know nothing. You don't know you don't know that you don't know nothing until you're older. You know what I mean?
What do you feel about Tekashi 6ix9ine? And that was your answer. Well, you know what? Yeah, that's it for me. I was done 2 videos ago, but after this one, yeah, it's just completely, yeah. And y'all can have at it. So if you want to keep saying I'm reaching, and if you want to act like that what you seeing ain't what you seeing, go follow my music, add me to your playlist, Papa No Leon on everything. You see what I'm talking about? Because if that's your man, bang my jams. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what y'all think, man. Ring the bell too, so motherfucker tell y'all. And like the video, gang. Like it. You hear me? Like the motherfucker. Till next time, gang.